Hello, insiders. We've got Jacquelle back on the show. You were on the show a few months ago, right?
I was, yeah. So we're talking about mobile.
We were talking about mobile,
Yeah.
and we were talking about how the Creator Studio iPhone app didn't have the number of subscribers.
And now it does.
And now it does. Yeah. So now you're working on something that we're calling internally like an idea called Smart Headlines.
Yeah. Very cool.
So tell us about. What is that?
Yeah, so what the goal of Smart Headlines is to help break down in a very clear and crisp way what is happening on a creator's channel.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of them having to go in and look through analytics and try to find answers and dig through a bunch of reports, I think there's dozens and thousands of metrics, we instead just simply summarize key compelling things that are going on with your channel in natural language in a paragraph or shorter, and let you know what's happening.
So what would be an example of that?
Sure. So we can say something like an answer to how is my latest upload doing, right? And it can say, oh, your latest upload is taking off well. You're receiving 70% more views than usual because people are finding your videos through the subs feed. Therefore, your subscribers are more interested. Maybe try doing this and that to help capitalize on this success.
Wow. So I guess longer term, it's almost like an assistant.
Yeah, imagine it as a 24/7 automatic analyst and a coach to guide you on your YouTube journey.
Now, we should make it very clear this is in very early
Super
development,
beta.
right?
Yeah.
So people, if you don't like the idea, let us know in the comments. If you think it's a great idea, know that this may take some time.
Yeah. This, I mean, the last example that I shared is obviously something that we need to work toward and build the intelligence, train our models to be able to say. We want to start small and get the top types of questions answered. Again, like how's my video doing? Why is my revenue up and down? Why are my views fluctuating, right? And then we'll be able to answer more and more advanced questions as we go on. So it's definitely a multi-year investment.
Okay. So that sometimes in YouTube analytics, especially on the mobile app, you get these little blue notifications. How does that relate to these kind of smart headlines?
Yeah, so that was an early iteration, and we're now evolving those, what a lot of creators call just the blue cards, into this thing. So we want to see if we can shift our resources into making those types of things far better. For example, right now, oftentimes they just tell you what's going on, but they don't tell you why it's going on. So that why is what we really want to put into Smart Headlines. And we want to kind of move resources to that effort.
Okay, time out. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet,
oh my gosh.
Please subscribe now, because there'll be more interviews like this coming up. Basically, every week we do a new upload. And I didn't want to wait till the end of this video because in YouTube analytics, I know that not everybody makes it to the end. So
look at you, and we would tell you that through Smart Headlines.
There you go. Time in. All right. So
they're all subscribed now.
That's right. You got. Oh, I feel it. Now, what you're talking about, this kind of smart headline that may eventually grow into a bit of an assistant. That sounds like a lot of work. Imagine you had two worlds. One world where we keep kind of plugging away with the blue cards, and I mean, it actually takes effort and resources just to keep them running, not even to improve them.
Exactly.
And then eventually, like, we would get the smart headlines kind of prototyped and tested, and if it went well, developed and shipped to everybody. But it would take longer. Because you're kind of dividing resources. Your other option would be to say, you know what, these blue cards, like, they were a good start, but the smart headline, where it's much more personalized, it's much more specific, it's less redundant, and it just tells me what I need to know in a concise way, and I can either take action or I can feel like, okay, the whole story is there. So the other option is we say, let's go for that. And kind of put the blue cards on the shelf and pause them.
Yeah.
And so, like, of course, if we had a magic wand,
Yeah.
we would have the blue cards continue to run and be awesome and improve, and then you'd have in parallel the smart headlines effort. But
these are the trade-offs.
These are the trade-offs. Like, we just don't have unlimited engineers and product managers and data scientists.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know in the comments how you would think about that trade-off. If you're like, no way, man, I love these blue cards. Like, do not take them away. And I don't care about the smart headline stuff, or I'll wait another year to see my first smart headline. Okay, then we would want to know that.
Yeah.
Because one of the things about this channel, I think that's great, is we can get a conversation with creators, and you promise you will read all the comments, and we'll try to respond to as many of them as we can. Is there anything else you wanted to hear from the audience about this project, or any other things that you wanted to get some quick feedback on?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a good pulse of the top questions that are plaguing creators and they want answers to, but I'd love to hear more, right? If you were to get a quick summary of how things are going on your channel, or you find it hard to dig in further to certain things that you wish you could just understand in 3 seconds, what would those be? And then we'll help put our resources toward those things.
So lots of opportunities for feedback here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you, Tom.
And you guys keep it real.
See ya.